something out is that I, in this, may or may not have chosen Jenna. Or no, I didn't. I chose Micah to talk to these savages, and he performed about as well as I thought he would.
Oh yeah, no, it's great. And I'll let you know, Micah and Jenna both have their own ways of playing things out, and they do some interesting things with it. However, here's what I'm gonna suggest here is, so you remember how I mentioned there's multiple endings to Jenna's route?
Yeah.
When they confront Heather in her house, that's where things finally diverge. And it ends very quickly after Heather's house. So I want us to go through the bad ending right here and now, because there's a lot more for the good ending after that.
Okay.
So
Okay.
we're going to go ahead and go for it.
Oh no, we're gonna watch everybody die.
No, we're going to just talk about how this town breaks people. You know, it breaks people. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We get a fade to black, making Harry angry. It's fine.
Every time Harry sees it, he's like, dang it.
Now bitch out Heather and tell her what a piece of shit she is. It's fine.
You look. You can call me a pervert all you want. All I'm saying is, equal smut.
Oh, I can write pride on that.
But yeah, Heather, why not? Whatever. Who cares?
How do I take pictures?
Wait.
You click
take out the camera,
button. You take a camera, click a button, and
We find Leo beating up people. It's fine. We get into a fight with Brian. It's fine. We then watch this motherfucker come up soon. Get ready for this motherfucker. Oh,
I love this
friend.
motherfucker.
It's fine.
It's Leo's true lover. It's hey.
Oh, that's how I do it.
Hey.
Goodbye. And now we get kidnapped by Brian. It's not fine.
Stop being.
We're like, there's a ram. Let's save him. Nah, bro. Let's leave him to
We're
starve.
now being tortured by Brian. It's super not fine. Brian is dead. Things are fine again.
Finally.
Do we know for
deal
sure
with
if he's
the
dead?
van. It's fine.
Van, not quite fine.
It's finer than it was.
Leo squeaks a minor.
We really skip over that one, and we dig up a body. It's fine. It's gonna be all fine.
Just do it. No,
Alright.
no, Shia LaBeouf, no Shia LaBeouf.
So here we are. We're going to trust Micah here. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I presume Micah's the one who would generally know how to talk them down. I doubt they really like taking orders from Brian, and now that he's dead. Micah?
Oh, right, I'm here. Hello.
It's fine.
Presumably.
Hopefully dead. It should be easy to get them to stop all this shit. Micah offers me a tired smile.
Chase, I'm gonna steal you something nice when this is over. You need a new MP3 player?
I need a new boyfriend.
I chuckled a bit, shaking my head, which was a bad idea because it still smarts like something fierce. I just use my phone for music. Thanks for though. Jenna, who's still supporting me as I walk, huffs.
I'm just worried about Carl. It's hard to put my trust in someone else when his life is on the line.
Yeah, but like I said, I know them. Jeremy ain't the same kid you ditched back in high school.
Jenna hums.
Yes. I noticed that when he left us in a torture trailer to die.
I doubt he knew how far Brian would take it. But yeah, level has gone way up.
Squeaky squeaky squeak.
Yeah.
Still pretty dangerous no matter what.
Jenna looks sidelong toward the wolf, narrowing her gaze some. She still seems pretty disgusted with the wolf for the van revelations. And the further we get away from it, I'm starting to feel myself. I'm starting to feel myself get more and more ill at the thought. That camera, Jesus. You had asked if we ever wanted to film anything before when we were together, but I always said no. I shut my eyes, trying not to think about it. Focus. Just gotta find Carl. A long, curvy gravel road leads halfway up the quarter-mile loop that is Jasmine Street. At this section, several mobile homes are dotted along its length, though most are empty and dilapidated. They generally serve as squatting grounds for seasonal transients. A little pink house stands out amongst the rest, with a big utility vehicle parked out front.
Never actually been inside before. We should be careful.
The front door is open.
What?
Jenna points, and sure enough, the double doors leading into the house are cracked open. The doors themselves are strangely ornate, painted like a drawbridge with big knockers on both sides. A creeping sense of dread begins to dawn upon me.
Hunker down. Let's get ready.
And so we do. Well, as much as I'm willing to do with my leg still feeling like it's on fire. I can even see Leo wincing as he crouches down in front of some shrubbery.
You guys all good for this?
Yeah, it's just like I got bit by 20 fire ants.
There's probably something we can wrap your legs up with inside.
On the tips of your fingers, Batty.
Batty?
Said back gives
Yeah,
Leo a
I
righteous
literally...
look.
My term of endearment is just whatever animal you are.
I mean, yeah, he does just call Chase Otter sometimes.
Yes, he does.
And I will point out, technically speaking, Micah was called Chula before Chase was.
Was he really?
Oh.
Oh god.
When did that happen?
If you remember, every single time
Yeah.
we get like that scene of like, oh, it's the dream and it's Leo. He's doing something in the back of a van with someone. We don't know who, but he says the name Chula, but we realize it's not us in there.
Oh gosh.
Oh, dirty.
Oh yeah,
Because we were distracted.
weird. I guess I'll have to restart the controller. I squint past the two of them through the brush, and I can make out the text and logo on the utility vehicle. It says Reclamation Bureau, with a little river insignia surrounded by the national flag. Jenna squats down beside me, her ear twitching. She quickly peers over her shoulder, staring hard at something behind us. I follow her gaze, though all I can see is this vast stretch of desert between us and Lake Emma. Micah looks too, letting out a little gasp.
Who the fuck?
What? I don't see anything.
Shush.
Jenna places her paw up to my lips. I frown, peering past her fingers into the dark. Finally, I can hear something. Twigs snapping, quick footsteps, and maybe some panting? There's rumbling behind it too that sounds almost mechanical in nature. My first thought is the van from earlier. Whoever turned it on, had they gotten in it? Running and following? Had they gotten it running and followed us out here? The silhouette of a figure emerges through the sagebrush, its motions frantic. Eventually, I can see its eyes, which are familiar bright blue.
No, Lord, I'm here! Shit!
Leo quickly runs up to catch the flailing feline, only to be met with slashing claws that push him away. The wolf sees audibly, stepping back.
TJ, stop! It's us.
He whispers sternly,
Let
trying
me
to
rephrase
snap-
this. TJ, stop. It's us.
trying to snap him out of whatever's coming over him. TJ keeps looking over his shoulder, panicked.
What? Just stay right there. Stay right there.
TJ, why are you talking about some random, like, cat Pokemon thing?
It It's coming. It won't stop following me.
TJ
It
shouts.
really
Very serious scene. But I'm sorry, all I can picture is this gigantic cat chasing TJ.
Oh, no. It's going to be much more interesting.
Okay.
TJ shouts, and Micah visibly flinches.
Kid, shut the fuck up.
He's hysterical.
Yeah, so hit him or something.
Leo blinks, frowning deeply as he tries to wrangle the cat by the scruff of his neck, with little success.
What? I am not going to punch TJ.
Oh, so you get to beat up my friends, and it's totally fine?
Micah's grumbling trails off into a disgruntled mumble as TJ yowls. He keeps trying to scramble away, kicking up clouds of dust everywhere. The cat looks horrible. Goat-headed brambles stuck in his fur, tumbleweed sticks in his shirt, his pants ripped at the seams. He looks like he's been out running in the wilds for a while. Jenna squeezes my shoulder some before moving from my side, approaching the increasingly feral-looking lynx.
TJ, it's me, Jenna.
She speaks softly, a calming tone to her voice.
Oh.
You did it.
Okay. I'm here with Leo, Chase, and our new friend Micah. You're okay.
That rumbling sound is getting closer. Soon I can see headlights gleaming across the desert. It's a pickup truck, and it's not even on the roads. The driver just careening through the desert straight toward us. TJ's eyes bulge, head swiveling toward the sound, even as Leo wrestles him to his knees.
Son of a... I'm good. Yeet you.
Oh, you
Oh, no.
yeeted your cat! Oh no!
I did. I actually did yeet him. Oh no. Oh no. No.
Your
no,
cats
no,
are killing
no.
you!
No, I'm killing me.
Also, you didn't obviously throw your cat. For people at home, you took it off your desk and put it down on the ground.
I set my cat on the ground. I set him on the ground. He's fine.
Okay.
Yeet!
I would never endanger my cat like that.
Obviously, yeah.
Oh, man.
Nah, throw your cat.
Harry,
shut up,
no.
Harry.
Anyways.
Don't listen to
Hey,
anything I
it's the
say.
thing from...
He breathes in sharply, looking at me for a moment.
the monster.
The monster?
Jenna repeats, peering at the approaching truck.
Is that Jeremy and Clint?
No.
She lets out a relieved sigh. I recognize that busted grill. The vehicle begins to slow until it rolls into idle and parks about 10 meters from where we're squatting. A towering figure emerges from the inside, a rifle in his hands. The
Ah,
boy's back, Sam.
Fucking hell.
Flynn blinks at us all, then shifts his attention back to TJ. The lynx is staring at him as if he'd just seen the horror of all horrors, jaw agape in silent scream as he writhes in Leo's grasp.
Flynn!
Jenna growls.
I guess we're all just hollering now.
Micah briefly glances over her shoulder toward the house, no movement inside.
What did you do?
What did I do? I'm sure she would like to know. 1 minute we're searching for Carl. The next he's staring at me like with that crazed look in his eyes. He started crying, snotting all over the place. I've been chasing this little shit for fuck knows how long, and while the hotel is falling apart. Lost him for a bit, so I went home and grabbed my repeater.
Oh yeah, because that helps.
Well, okay, so I'm gonna say this. This is actually like one of the things that redeems Flynn for me a bit in some capacity. He legit, for this entire time while we were kidnapped by Brian, has been chasing after TJ and trying to keep TJ safe while TJ's been having a fucking breakdown in the middle
He's
of the
running-
apocalypse.
TJ's like running around and screaming, and Flynn's like, "Don't hurt my friend, bang! Don't hurt my friend, bang!"
TJ, get the fuck back here! God damn it! Get away from me! Bang!
Yeah, no, that's literally what
Oh my
he's
god,
been doing.
TJ, you're farther away.
I'm also going to point this out as well. He doesn't kill anyone. He's able to keep the fucking crowd control well enough down at this point that he doesn't have to kill anyone. He knows how to brandish that weapon right and go, no, all of you fucking back up.
Yeah, I will shoot at your feet.
Yeah, there is not a single person who dies at Flynn's hands in this route for, like, at this point here.
I'll walk away from him. I'll shoot at your feet. Don't make
I'll
me
make
shoot.
you dance.
Don't make me shoot.
Flynn holds up his rifle, and I can see it's pretty damn old-timey looking. Like the sort you see in old westerns, with metal that looks more brassy than iron. He shifts his gaze from TJ to the rest of us, then frowns.
The fuck have you guys been up to?
No one immediately speaks. To be fair, I'm not quite sure how to answer either.
Fair question.
It would take hours to summarize everything that's happened since Flynn and TJ were around. Surviving. I rubbed the back of my neck. But we found Carl.
You did?
Flynn perks right up. The visible exhaustion he'd worn like a second skin seemed to dissolve right off him.
Where is he?
He, I swallow, realizing how dry my throat is as I try to make the right words.
Duke and my brother have him.
Jenna interjects.
We were briefly and unwillfully detained at Brian's. Carl was there, but Jeremy and Duke were told to take him to Heather's place. Hence,
She gestures towards the pink house.
why we are here.
We're fucking shitting me.
We are not.
Flynn is wrought speechless, bringing his fingers to his forehead and gritting his teeth.
This is so fucking nuts.
He branches his repeater across his chest, pulling back the lever and checking the chamber with an increasing look of trepidation on his face.
Let's not waste any more time then.
He slams the lever back into place, stepping forward. TJ flinches, though the lynx looks less terrified, more confused now.
Well there, Mayor's boy. Jeremy and Duke might be packing. And we know for sure Heather is.
Mm-hmm. So, slow your roll, yeah? I was just... Wait, freeze.
Yeah,
I was just saying I wanted to be packing now. A second later, I'm saying slow your roll.
well, he was saying he wished that he had a gun so that way they had something at all for when they were about to confront them. That's what.
Oh yeah, he doesn't want to go in guns blazing. I see. Okay, fair.
He wanted something though for defense if things went shit up, you know.
Yeah.
Hearing this information, it looks like roll slowing is the exact opposite of what Flynn wants to do, but he does stop. Glancing back, he seems like he's about to snap at Leo, but spots his bloody leg and the swelling around his muzzle and forehead. His expression softens.
Guys?
Our attention shifts back to the lynx cradling Leo's arms, who's peering at us through bloodshot eyes.
Teach?
Leo loses his grip on him, and the lynx props himself up on one knee, taking stock of his surroundings as if for the first time.
Well,
Jenna exchanges a look with the rest of us before speaking.
Welcome back to reality.
Oops. There we
no,
go.
don't start.
That hums nasty stuff, ain't it, kid?
Huh?
He clutches his ears. You alright, Sam?
Yeah, Sanji just gets shit out of me.
cats are accosting you tonight.
I know. I don't know what you're talking about.
Leo snaps his fingers a few times in front of TJ's face before waving his paw in front of him. TJ stares, flinching with a delayed reaction.
Not too sure he's fully back with us yet.
Flynn swipes his hand through the air, grimacing.
Hey, enough of this. Wolf boy, what's the plan?
I blink, realizing how naturally everyone defers to Leo when the going gets rough, just like when we were kids.
I don't see Jeremy or Duke's right out front, so I assume they ain't here. We should take a look around inside. We need to be careful.
They could be back any minute.
Yeah?
We all begin to follow in line behind Leo, all of us pretty damn well aware our element of surprise is long gone. We're about to reach the open door when I notice that Jenna isn't with us. I glance back over my shoulder and see her staring into the underbrush back by the truck. Everyone else starts filing in before I get the chance to get everyone's attention, so I wait outside for her. I wave, trying to get her attention. Sure enough, she finally looks my way and quickly scurries her way over to me. It's amazing how silent she can be, even while running. It's one of those enviable fox traits she has. It's tough to think of any aspect of foxes that's a hindrance, actually. What's up? I look at her, trying to keep my voice down. She peers at me with a scrutinizing expression, as if I had said something rather offensive, and she's waiting for me to talk my way out of it. Jenna?
Oh, it's nothing. Nothing real.
Huh? She walks in, not offering any elaboration.
Come on.
I sigh, following her. Jenna, I can't say I ever expected the interior of Heather's home to look like this, even having known her most of my life. The first thing that hits me is the smell. It's one of those fancy candles and soap stores. It reminds me of one of those fancy candle and soap stores in the mall, with all this sort of dusty, mildewy stank that lingers in my sinuses. Very floral overall. Potpourri, I think it's called. The next thing I notice is the decor. Much like the exterior, there definitely appears to be some kind of fantasy castle-like theming going on here. However, the person going for said theme is certainly no interior designer. Bubbly wallpaper, cheap knickknacks, and blurry printed JPEG pictures of fairy tale characters coat the walls. Pink pennant banners dangle from the ceiling, and crushed glitter can be seen reflecting from within the weaving of the carpet. It's like a child's birthday party took place here, but judging from the faded appearance, it's been like this for a while. As I glance to my left, I notice the entire wall has been knocked down, the structural framing inadequately hidden by flower-coated curtains. Beyond said curtains is a large chair, and a long red rug leading up to it. It takes me a moment to realize that it's supposed to be some kind of throne, lit harshly by the bright white fluorescent lights. Despite the attempted fanciful presentation, cluttered floors hinder whatever intended effect of opulence they were trying to go for. I can see old VHS tapes, candy wrappers, CRT monitors, disposable cameras, children's toys, all scattered about. Past the throne is what I think is supposed to be the living room. But instead of chairs, there's just this mattress on the floor, which is covered in throw pillows and beach blankets. I even recognize one as having the logo of Southwestern Adventures. Seeing that makes me realize how long ago it feels, like all of us were at that theme park, carefree for the most part. Flynn steps up to the knockdown wall, where Peter clutched under one arm.
Guessing they didn't get a permit for this demo.
As if on cue, a gust of rolling wind hits the house, and I can practically feel it shudder, unstable. The Gila quickly refocuses, keeping his slitted gaze pointed down the hall for any sudden movement. Beyond that, the house is quiet for the most part, outside of occasional dripping noise coming from somewhere I can't see.
Nuts. Completely nuts.
Leo mutters, shaking his head at his surroundings.
Yeah, none of us come here. Never actually been inside before. Heather's dad never lets anyone in. Now I can see why.
Leo and the rest begin moving down the hall, while Jenna steps up beside me. She has a contemplative frown upon her muzzle. It's kind of weird and familiar in a way. That's all I can say initially, until I begin to start placing why. This place reminds me of, old thrift stores and cheesy parties I went to as a kid. I can't imagine living here.
It's not as dirty as I thought it would be.
Jenna muses, though something catches her eye in the entranceway to the kitchen. Soon I'm following her, approaching what looks like a laminated colored pencil drawing posted on the wall with rainbow-colored tacks. King and Princess Palace. Jenna's frown deepens. On the picture is a large, bespectacled feline man sitting on a grand golden throne. It's quite an upgrade from the dingy orange recliner draped in cut-up fabrics they got out front, that's for sure. Next to him, sitting cross-legged, is what looks like a drawing of Heather. She's in a stereotypical pink princess gown with a little tiara on her head. The two are holding hands. It's such a sentimental picture. It actually seems pretty sweet that even Heather has someone who cares about her enough as this. However, Jenna's dour expression does not relent. She quickly turns, heading down the hall with the rest of the gang. Flynn and Leo continue to take point, the Gila keeping his rifle at the ready. Still no sign of anyone, though. Part of me wonders how wise it is to be carrying a gun with all this mind-altering hysteria business going on. Flynn turning on any of us is pretty unfathomable, the lizard having always been all bark and no bite. Still, seeing one of my old friends brandishing a weapon, it's a weird feeling. I pop into one of the rooms along the main hall that still has the lights on. It looks like some kind of study, and it's much less cluttered than the rest of the house. There's a small desk beside the door with a laptop on and a stack of papers next to it, most of them with Reclamation Bureau letterhead. At a glance, the documents mention things like water tables, hydrology reports, and map revisions for floodplain boundaries. It's all pretty heady stuff. It's odd that Heather's dad lives in such a shitty place despite having such a technical sounding job. TJ wanders in beside me, staring blearily into the empty room. I reach over, placing a paw on the lynx's shoulder. He flinches a little, but doesn't draw back. You feeling better, Tej? I ask, keeping my voice soft for his sake.
Yeah.
TJ responds, rubbing his arms. His fur looks puffier than usual, most likely the result of him being so on edge.
Now we're looking for Carl, but I hope Heather's okay too.
I withdraw my paw, giving a sidelong look as I check behind a few pieces of furniture that are in here.
Didn't he and Heather have a thing?
Yeah, they dated for one time.
Yeah, and she was way forward, and he was like, no?
It's like, I don't want any of that.
Yeah, but he still doesn't wish ill on her.
No, of course not. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I didn't figure you two were that close. At least not anymore.
You don't have to be close to someone to be worried about them.
Aw, TJ.
I'm not about to argue with TJ on this one, but the way he speaks makes it sound like he's reciting something. He's more like he's reciting something than speaking from the heart. I step back out into the main area. Down the hall, I hear the clatter of falling boxes, followed by a hushed swear from Flynn.
Watch your step.
Harry?
Get off my ass. My adrenaline buzz is wearing off.
I enjoy that Harry and Steph arguing in characters.
There's a reason why I said that Micah was a really good fit for Harry.
Yep.
I feel like he's a good fit for almost anyone.
You can relax. It doesn't look like anyone's here.
What? That doesn't mean you can fucking relax. It means that Carl is still out there with those crackhead fuckfaces. Sure, when he's dead, you'd relax plenty.
Flynn.
I can hear the lizard spit, cutting him off.
Fuck you, Leo.
Jenna sighs loudly, interjecting.
Flynn, you know I didn't mean it that way.
Bickering continues as I realize there's still a room at the back end of the hall with the lights off. I make my way over, stepping into the doorway and peering into the blackness as I fumble around for a light switch. Oh. That explains some things.
What?
Harry,
Yeah?
so you know the thing that we should see in here.
No, I don't want it.
Well, I'll let you know you can't see it anymore.
Why?
It fades.
What?
It fades. That's why you don't see it when you were paying attention too long.
Wait, go back.
Alright. I click on that and...
Yeah.
so
Oh
there you
god.
go.
Oh god, it's there.
Oh,
There,
it
there's
fades. It does fade. I still don't like it.
I
Ugh.
don't. I can't see it.
I
don't
couldn't
like
tell what
it.
it was.
It was like a
So,
face.
I'm going
Don't
to-
worry about
I'm
it.
going
You'll
to
learn
show
about
you.
it later.
I didn't see it fade. I didn't see it. I didn't
Guys,
see
let
it
me
face.
explain. I was trying to
No.
tell you, it's right here. It's right
Wait,
here. I'm going
Alan.
to do this again.
It works. It works worse if you show the full stock image.
Okay, I'll dig through the files.
I
Alright.
can't see it. Sorry.
Well,
It's
it's 'cause
faded.
it's not there right now. It's faded away.
Okay, fair enough.
Alright. Wait, no, not that. I'm
We're
trying
like,
to remember how I
This is disturbing. Play it again.
is...
I didn't see it. I know. Play it again.
Alright. I'm trying to remember what the name of this one's called. I think it's...
It's super
Just a
disturbing.
Friend.
Play it
It's
again.
called Just a Friend, Daddy.
Yeah.
What?
Where
That's
is
what
it?
it's
Oh, there
called.
it
The
is.
name of the picture. I don't like it.
Alright, there we go.
Just a
And
friend,
I'm gonna
Dad?
switch this cord over here. We're going to switch it to my full screen. Alright. And
Ah,
Friend,
sweet
Daddy.
Jesus, I still don't like it.
Shit.
Full screen it, Alan.
yeah,
God damn it. Let me open the freak.
There's like someone hiding.
in the
Ew.
Like a ghost.
Hang on.
You must need to
I'm
know
trying-
like
I'm
who
trying
it
No,
to
is.
over.
zoom.
Over. Up.
because we can definitely see that
Over
there's someone in
the-
there.
It doesn't
Yeah.
seem as scary as when Chase just showed up. That's for sure.
Hey.
Huh. That's weird. Now I see it.
Yeah.
I
but-
see it, but I'm trying to figure out what it is. It looks like
Oh.
a wolf.
It's a fox, actually.
Oh, it's a fox? Oh.
What does it say?
Looks like a,
Nothing much.
looks like it's an
Green Day.
eye on a hoodie or something like that.
Yep. It
With
does
an
indeed.
eye?
With an
Yeah,
eye on the hoodie.
I'm gonna
That's
pull up
interesting.
this.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh God.
Is that Jenna's brother?
No,
No.
that's Kevin.
Oh,
Keith.
Kev. Oh,
Keith.
or Keith.
Keith,
Keith.
yeah.
Yeah.
Keith.
Karen's son, Brian's ex-boyfriend, a
Oh,
guy that was like in his
gosh.
20s looking out for the Tetanus Alley kids until he went missing one day.
His head's gone.
Holy shit.
Just a friend, Daddy.
Holy shit.
Remember, as well, throughout all the routes, whenever, like, Heather sees a dead body, she's constantly screaming, Keith, no, look at what happened to Keith. Even if it's definitely not Keith.
Excuse me.
Oh, dear Lord.
Heather
She
never
was-
let go of Keith.
Oh, no.
I hate that, man. I hate looking at that picture.
It doesn't really
Nice.
bother. It doesn't bother me really.
Well, I'm gonna quickly switch things back because that's not just a. Oh, well, not that. Here we go.
Well, you can replay it so they can look at it in thing
Oh yeah,
then.
I'm going to.
Sorry, I'm actually trying to look closely this time so I
This
don't
is
miss it.
terrifying.
So
Let's do
watch.
it again.
Oh,
Okay,
yes.
now I see it.
See, he's chilling in the corner.
oh my god.
And then
Yep, and then bye.
boy.
Bye.
Huh. That's interesting.
See you, Keith.
It doesn't really bother me that much. I don't know why.
Oh,
I hate
It's
just
that
more-
a
picture.
friend, comma, daddy, not just a friend hyphen daddy.
Just
Got
a
it.
friend, comma, yes.
Yeah, like, she's telling her father that that's just a friend.
I got that.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, when you said just a friend daddy, I was like, oh no.
Yes, because the file is named as if it's from Heather.
Yeah.
I
I hate that so much. It just crawls on my spine.
This is apparently going to get real dark because people who know are like, oh no, and people who don't know are like, I mean, it's creepy. So,
I find myself shielding my eyes from the glare of the unshaded light hanging from above. For a moment, I thought I saw something move in the corner, though it must have been the glare. I like how they were hinting that, hey, maybe you want to go back, check what happened in the corner. This room
I
reminds
did
me
not
of
catch
Foley.
that the first time I played.
I know. It was only when I was going through the files myself and I was like, wait, what the heck? This room reminds me of the foyer. A cluttered mess with exposed drywall, electrical wiring, and damp spots all over the ceiling. There's a window to my right, and I think I can see Duke's truck parked outside. Duke mentioned something about Heather taking it while we were locked up with Brian. At first I think it's some kind of storage room, but then I notice the pink couch in the corner, with a blanket, pillow, and an alarm clock. There are dirty clothes piled up beside it, and judging from the bras and panties, this must be where Heather sleeps. There's even a little closet in the corner with a crayon children's drawings posted over the door. I take a step in, though I stop when something catches my eye. In the right hand corner of the room, where I thought I saw something move earlier, a little green light blinks in the shadows. As I approach, I notice something. A pastel pink baby monitor thing with a photograph taped above it. Picture is what looks like a fennec fox on the outskirts of Echo, staring at... well, I'm not sure. A shooting star? The fox looks kinda like Keith. Weird. I flip over the photo and notice that there is some smudged writing on the back. Whatever it once said is utterly illegible now. I put it back and shift my focus to the monitor beneath it. It appears to be decades old, judging by the worn paint, but it's apparently still functional. For some reason I can't really explain, I pick it up and press the single circular button in the center. It crackles with a low hissing noise, and that's when I realize it's some kind of walkie-talkie. After a few seconds of holding the button, I speak into it.
obviously.
Hello?
Good move, Chase.
This would be you, Matt.
Sorry, I was humming.
Oh, it's all good. No, this is you, is what I'm saying. I nearly jump out of my skin at the groaning noise. Mainly because it isn't coming from the device. It's coming from inside the room. My eyes dart around for the source, eventually finding one of the blankets piled up on the floor behind a table. It starts to move, and I quickly back up. Leo, get in here! Heavy footfalls can be heard sprinting down the hall outside, the wolf pushing his way in with wild eyes.
What? What's going on?
He looks ready to pounce, though is met only by me and the bedraggled-looking ram trying to untangle the comforter from his horns.
Hey!
Ugh.
Oh, shit.
Carl! There's a squeaking noise from the closet, and I notice Carl's unfocused green eyes start to wander in that direction. I look over and see the folding doors are slightly ajar. Were they like that before? That's when I see it. An eye. It peers through the crack, wide and bloodshot. The doors ran from the inside, knocking it to the side and sending toys and other miscellaneous junk flying. A hanging light bulb flickers in the closet as a figure steps through. I quickly realize it's Heather. She has blood on her legs and a revolver in her grasp.
That
Sam,
was Sam, right?
here you go.
Oh, it's
Here's
me?
your villain moment.
Okay, hold on. Gotta stop the game. You get out! Go the hell away!
I quickly throw up my paws. Leo hesitates for a moment, then does the same.
Hey, girlie. We mean you no harm. We just need...
Leo stops talking, and I'm not sure why. That is, until Heather shifts out of the way, and I can see more clearly into the flickering closet. Hunched against the wall is what looks like an enormous doll. Upon further inspection, it's not a doll at all. It's a man, and there's a red smear on the wall behind him. I recognize him from the drawing. A portly fellow with circular glasses, each of the lenses shattered by bullet holes. They are just empty sockets where his eyes once were. Atop his head is a little plastic crown, embedded with costume jewelry.
Oh shit. Also, I wanna point it out.
Mm-hmm.
The radio that we've seen that had Keith, a picture of Keith above it. The other one was in the closet
Yeah.
where Keith was,
Mm-hmm.
just chilling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's a friend, Daddy.
It's also where you happen to find this dude.
And Heather, she was hiding with her dead dad. I think we all can recognize that's Dad.
But you gotta
What I
say,
thought.
baller thing to just like double cap him in both eye sockets. Weird, but respectable.
Yeah, I want to point something out to the group here as well. Can you guess as to why Heather, first thing she does when all of this starts going down is, I need to get home and kill Dad now?
So he doesn't have to go through it?
Not quite.
I'm assuming her dad did some awful things to either her and or Keith.
Her dad never met Keith, but you
Never
are
met Keith.
right about him doing things to her. Flat out, it's been hinted at multiple times and even like kind of outright stated, she comes from an abusive home. Her dad's been abusing her. She is a broken shell of a person at this point. She is in her early 20s, like she's maybe 22, 23-ish, and she's still living at home being Daddy's little princess. And he's definitely mentally and emotionally abusing her, but it's heavily hinted that he was also sexually abusing her. as
Oh,
Mom's
God.
not there.
Ew.
That's... Wow.
And Heather's been told all this time, when the hum comes, it's gonna be bad. And it's going to bring out the worst things in everyone. Heather,
So she,
first sign of, oh, the hum's here, she goes up to Duke, give me your goddamn car, I'm going home, because I have something to take care of.
Okay.
why Carl though?
Oh no, she didn't kidnap Carl. Carl was brought over by Jeremy and Clint. Remember? That's what Duke told them to do.
Mm-hmm.
They used Jeremy's car. But yeah, no. First thing she did was got home and went, alright, Dad, before the hum fully makes you even worse than you already are, you're going down.
You might say this character named Heather is damaged. Badly
Definitely.
damaged.
Yes.
Really damaged.
Oh, very much so.
I'm sorry, Alan, you're too much in the moment. You didn't pick up on that. I thought you of all people would.
Are you trying to make a reference to Heather's the musical, or are you...
Yes.
Well, I will let you know, no, it's even worse than that.
Oh no.
Either way. Micah walks in the room, quickly recoiling at the sight of Heather and the figure in the closet. Carl huddles back down against the floor, seemingly trying to make himself look small. At first, Micah starts to approach the closet, but quickly stops as Heather brings up the revolver, pointing it at all of us. I've never actually looked down the barrel of a gun before, and the feeling's petrifying.
Heather, what the fuck are you doing? It's me, Micah.
Sam?
Oh, sorry. I don't care. You need to go.
She shifts the revolver over, aiming it unsteadily at Micah. We all take a step back, my back now against the wall. Where the hell is Flynn?
Did you shoot your dad? Holy fuck, Heather.
Micah.
Leo rumbles in warning.
It's your fucking dad in the closet.
Oh, sorry. That didn't come. I will kill all of you.
A shot rings out and Micah flinches. The weapon was aimed at him when it went off. He blinks, shocked. The bat's hand beginning to shake as he checks his torso. He whirls around, spotting a light spray of blood around the bullet hole in the wall. That's when the pain hits him, and he slowly begins to raise his wing. Clipped right through the center is a bloody hole, the edges of the impact site looking like frayed fabric. The bat slumps back, exuding a ragged gasp.
Fucking shot me!
Leo's eyes bulge, and he starts to move, but stops when that revolver is swiveled toward him. Heather! I shout, trying to draw attention away from the others. Though I quickly realize I have no clue what to say. We're just looking for Carl. Remember? Like we mentioned during the bonfire. My voice is shaky, cracking as I speak. The cat's chest rises and falls, like she's hyperventilating. It's been that way since she stepped out of the closet. She makes her way over toward the slumped-over form of Carl, still half covered in his blanket. Then she points the gun down at him.
I'm gonna shoot him in his stupid, fat, ugly face unless you leave right now.
She's absolutely screaming, her demands spout with such a pitch her voice constantly cracks. Tears begin to roll down her already wet cheeks, her eyes puffy. Beneath her, Carl covers his face with a blanket, visibly trembling from a mixture of fear and exhaustion. Okay, right on. I swallow. That's the plan, right, guys? We're just gonna leave, nice and slow. I try to put on a calm face as I nod to Leo and Micah.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Micah's outburst is directed toward me.
No, not after we came all this way. We're not leaving the rich boy.
He practically hisses the words. He's cupping a hand over his wound and trying to avoid stretching the skin on his wing, as that seems to just make the hole bigger.
Heather, you have no reason to be keeping that chunky bitch here. Just let us take his ass and leave.
Leave.
Heather repeats.
To go nowhere. Everything used to be bad, but not terrible like this. He barely talks to me anymore, and when he does, he says...
She breathes in shakily.
He says the meanest things. I cover my ears and I can still hear them.
He is fucking gone. Unless you gave him some secret cell phone number I don't know about, you can't be speaking to him.
Micah neglects to mention that we discovered about Brian's habits and the potential fate of his fox friend. But it's probably for the best that isn't brought up.
This is all that hum shit, plain and simple.
Duh, stupid. I know that. That doesn't explain anything, though. You just give it a silly name, but it's not silly. It's horrible and I hate it.
Micah opens his mouth to snap back, but Heather shrieks, a blubbering of spit coming from her mouth, snot running down her nose. She begins to press her finger closer to the trigger.
Carl, move.
That should be more of a shout, like command.
That was the idea. But okay. Carl, move.
No, like, you're saying that, like, we're
Like
in danger.
desperate.
She's about to shoot him.
Yeah, that was what I was going for, but okay.
Desperate, yeah.
Carl, move.
You're not sounding desperate, but fine,
No,
I'll
it's
let
like,
it go.
move.
Like, Carl, move! Like that.
Carl, move.
Alright.
Yeah. Yes,
No,
Daddy.
it's the pitch.
I swear he's just a friend.
Oh.
He doesn't fully finish pulling the trigger, leaving us all staring wide-eyed in suspense. She looks like she's dry heaving, trying to throw up an immensely sick feeling within her that will not leave.
I can barely hear anything anymore. The ringing is so loud. It just sounds like him. He won't stop.
Heather flails in the direction of the shadowy figure in the closet. Even though man in the closet is very much dead, he's propped in a way that makes it look like he's watching Heather pace around the room. His dark sockets following her while her back is turned. She seems afraid to look at him. The feeling closes her eyes for a moment. I can tell Leo is weighing his chances of whether he can tackle her to the ground before she can get a shot off. Before he can move, they open again, and she speaks, her voice still shrill, but quieter.
Thinks I'm stupid. That I'll never do anything but run away like everyone else. And it has nothing to do with what Duke or Brian or Jeremy or Clint or anyone thinks will fix things. This whole town, it's so shit!
No argument there.
Micah mumbles wide-eyed.
Full. You.
Wait, can you repeat that, Sam? That didn't come through for me.
And it's not your fault. They're wrong. I don't even really know you.
She points the pistol at me, and it's like my heart crawls up into my throat. my whole body rigid with fear.
This town is evil! And I'm gonna stop it! I'm going to do something with my life for once, and not be some plaything.
She growls at the ground as she says this.
It's what Keith told me all the time before he went away for a while.
Heather stands there, shaking in place as if trying to muster the courage to do something. She begins to strafe, getting close to the closet, and bending down to pick up something beside the corpse. It's a bloody folder, with a little booklet stapled to the front. I recognize the emblem on the cover, the Reclamation Bureau. Heather's paw covers the front, but I can still make out Otter Dam's Basic Operation and Procedures Manual. Outside, there's some movement beside Duke's truck. Trying not to draw attention to myself, I glance out the window and spot the familiar pattern of orange and black scales and TJ's tufty fur. There's a glint of something metallic, Flynn's repeater, which is currently sighted toward the hysterical cat. Heather is so close to us now. Flynn wouldn't risk taking a shot, right? The idea of Flynn shooting anyone is just unfathomable in its own right. Jenna's out there with them too. She's speaking to Flynn, pointing. The lizard is shaking, saying something back. This back and forth continues.
What are you even talking about?
I'm gonna make it so there is no town.
As Heather turns away, she catches a glimpse of the blood on the folder, then looks back toward the closet. She screams, but she's not staring at the corpse. It's like she's looking above it, at something else at eye level.
Daddy!
Glass shatters against my back, showering Carl below. Heather lurches forward, trying to scream, but all that spews forth from her mouth is blood. It pulls through her gritted teeth into a puddle on the floor, Heather failing to gasp for air as fluid fills her lungs. She falls headfirst into the pool of her own fluids, tears still rolling down her face. Micah stands with his head in his hands, a look of shock plastered on his face. Nobody moves. Nobody says anything. Jenna enters the room first, her turquoise eyes fixed on the bloody form laying in the center of the room. Flynn is right beside her, behind her, looking initially rather gormless, though his eyes start to widen as he realizes what he's done.
Oh.
Hold on, plugging in computer. This is your line.
Good shot, Flynn. Everyone all right?
I catch my breath against the wall, looking up only to see the slumped form still staring ahead in the closet. Quietly, I close the closet door. Yeah, I guess. Jenna looks over to Micah, spying the bullet hole in his wing. Her complexion darkens, and soon she's standing over Heather's body. The feline's eyes are still wide open, glassy with this sort of eternal shock. Jenna promptly delivers a swift kick to her head, Heather's neck now turned at a stiff angle. You're rubbing your mic, I think.
Sorry, we had to move it around.
I understand.
Bitch.
Flynn rests his palms on his knees, exuding a dry retch. Leo steps over, trying to inspect Micah's wound.
Flynn? Guys?
Jenna's attention shifts to the ram on the floor.
Carl, you can get up now. You can get up. It's safe now.
What? We're free?
Yes. And that makes 2 of these bastards who have tried to hurt us that we've put down.
Flynn stops coughing up air long enough to gape at Jenna.
That we put down?
Flynn points to Heather.
I killed her. I'm the one who pulled the trigger.
Actually, he killed both of them.
No. Well, I mean, yes.
Yeah,
but
I mean-
no.
Yes, but no.
Flynn's voice is strange. Way more higher pitched than I'm used to.
Right, after I told you to.
Yeah, I listened to you, and now someone's fucking dead.
Flynn covers his mouth, muttering quiet expletives.
You saved everyone. Carl is okay thanks to you.
TJ lingers in the doorway, half hidden behind it.
Heather.
She was leaving. We were all fine.
Flynn sits in the corner, clutching his repeater with a grip so tight, I figured the barrel will bend any second.
Fuck! Don't say that. Don't fucking say that.
I've never seen Flynn like this. I figured he'd be the sort to take something like this as a necessity of the situation, but he's visibly shaking.
Flynn, no one is going to prosecute you. She'd killed her dad and then shot Micah. You stopped her, saved your friends, saved Carl with a single shot. If you want to feel bad about this, that's your prerogative.
Wow, Jenna.
I'm just stating the facts.
So
Sure you
here's the
are.
thing, this is the bad route. I didn't say that Heather was the villain in the bad route. Leo says nothing as he looks over Micah's wound, the bat himself visibly fuming.
You told him to shoot even after she picked up her shit and was heading towards the fucking door? You killed my goddamn friend.
That was not remotely apparent, the angle.
Fuck you, you piece of shit. Just like Jeremy said, you act like you know everything, and then when shit's fucked up, you blame everyone else.
Seeing Jenna increasingly backed into a corner, I decide to speak up. I don't think that's exactly fair.
Rot, bitch.
Micah sees in my direction. Meanwhile, Leo mutters to him, seemingly trying to get him to calm down.
Oh, is that where the moral high ground is? Where you're standing? You and your friends tried to break into Carl's house and tipped off his future kidnappers when he tried to flee from you. You are the entire reason we are here, Micah. And you still defend them, even now, after seeing what they're capable of? That's absolutely unacceptable.
Unacceptable? Who the fuck describes being pissed that your friend got murdered as unacceptable?
Jenna, it's a little more complicated than that. Let's just get Carl and hightail it out of Echo, yeah?
Leo looks to me, as if quietly asking for me to back him up on this.
And what Heather's capable of? Finally finding the strength to stop her fucking skeeve of a dad? True monster, that.
Jenna ignores Micah, her attention now on Leo.
Oh, is this complicated for you? I'm so sorry, Leo. I know your sense of right and wrong can be a little addled sometimes. You know, with you running around, beating up people, sexually assaulting Chase in the mall, and fucking and filming a child.
Bullshit.
What?
TJ's looking bleary-eyed and baffled in the doorway. Leo's jowls part, the wolf restraining a snarl as he raises his grip on Micah. His red eyes glare down at Jenna, and it's an absolutely menacing image in this blood-soaked room.
Come on, Carl. Let's get you up. I'll grab some snacks and bandages, and we can get you all sorted on the way back to Peyton. Yeah. You two, Swiss cheese.
No, he's talking to Mike.
You-
Like it's like a little pet name now.
You two. What? Really? I'm
Yeah.
fast.
Oh my gosh.
Because Mike has
Oh,
got holes
remember
in
he
him.
he's shot.
Cheese.
Oh my gosh.
He's not a great person.
You too, Swiss cheese.
He pats Micah's shoulder. The bat's nostrils flared. The group exits quietly. Flynn's still quietly shaking his head. Jenna has her back turned to me now, facing Heather's corpse. I reach out to her, speaking quietly now that we're the only ones in here. Jenna, they're just worked up. God. It's this hum business, making people say all the wrong things, right? Why don't we...
Get out.
Her voice is curt and strange. Words almost gurgle it out through frustration and rage. Next thing I know, she's got her paw on my chest, pushing me out the door and slamming it behind me. I press my forehead against the window, watching my breath fog up the glass. Carl's straddling the middle seat with Flynn driving, and they seem to be doing a good job of calming each other down. Everyone else is in the truck bed in the back. Everyone except Jenna. She'd left without so much as even a goodbye, insisting that she would take Heather's dad's car. I tried to stop her, but she wouldn't listen. She kept claiming she had to do something. On our way out of town, we passed a couple burning houses and even heard a gunshot or two. It all makes me pretty damn glad this nightmare is almost over. Yet we've been driving for nearly half an hour and still haven't reached the interstate. Usually Flint Road doesn't take that long to get through. Even Flynn is starting to get a little worried, checking for landmarks in the dark to make sure he hadn't missed a turn. I can still see the town in the distance, echo a glimmer of lights and smoke. 5 more minutes pass, but we eventually reach the interstate, emerging seemingly from nowhere. Streams of ambulances and police cars begin to pull in on the opposite lane, all heading into town. I glance out the back window for one final look at Echo, while I notice something amiss. The lake. It's bigger. Way bigger. The shore is all the way up to the highway, with trailers and small vehicles peeking out from the tide. The others see it too. It's then I remember something. When Jenna was leaving, there was something she was holding on to. A slightly bloody
Okay, have a good night.
Oh, who's leaving?
Yeah.
Night.
Okay.
Matt is.
Yeah, have a
Yeah.
good night, Matt.
Alright.
Matt.
A slightly bloody folder and booklet that she tucked away into the Reclamation Bureau vehicle before heading off.
One sec. Suppose you won't be coming back after all.
Oh. Fuck.
Excellently put, kid.
And that's the bad ending for Jenna's route. It's much shorter
Which-
compared to the good ending.
Jenna goes
Which
back
is
to
really
crazy.
neat because ironically it's rather good.
Mm-hmm.
Because like think about it. All the terrible stuff that happens in Arches doesn't happen in this route.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you're right, because technically Echo can't exist. It's underwater by that point.
What was Jenna holding?
She was holding the information of how to activate the dam.
Oh, I don't like that at all.
There's a ghost Jenna.
That's actually the picture when you're traveling the streets with her. This happens like in the bad ending for Leo and the bad ending for Carl, where you get like the pictures of their route. And they're like
okay.
kind of misshapen like this.
And her eyes are black. I don't like it.
Jenna's like,
I was at a different angle, so I didn't see
I
it
do
at
enjoy
first.
though that like Jenna's best girl, but she can still lose her shit.
Well, I mean, yeah, her spirit's been broken in the bad ending. You told her this town breaks people, and she's not given any hope that people can change or that her friends were what kept her sane. No, all she gets to see is Leo was a monster. I watched as my brother also betrayed me and sold me out. Nah, yeah, the little good that I saw in people is completely broken away, and obviously everyone here sucks, and this entire town does indeed break people. So yeah, maybe Heather was kind of right. Maybe I do need to put this all underwater.
I'd bring it even farther than that. Look what she did.
Oh yeah, no, she got Flynn to kill Heather for her. She didn't
Yeah,
mean
but
to.
no. What I'm saying is like this town indeed breaks people. It's breaking her. Look what she did.
You're right.
Right?
Yeah, it does break her in
Like,
this route too.
like it breaks her to the point that everybody turns against her and calls her a monster. What more proof do you need than that?
Especially because, as I said, Jenna's probably one of the more sane people. So her losing her shit is like, oh no.
Oh yeah.
It's
Which I gotta admit, for your bad ending to be the realization that you're just as broken and messed up as everybody else here, and you're turning into an evil monster just like everyone around you, and your first reaction to you, it's like if the Joker realized he's turning into the Joker and said, no, I'm gonna burn it all down before that can happen.
Mm-hmm.
Which is funny enough, kind of like what happened in the Joaquin Phoenix movie.
Alright, well, any last thoughts before we wrap up here?
No?
I think Hannah's mad.
Hannah
I'm
is?
just, well, no, I'm just kind of speechless after a certain point, I guess.
Oh, that Jenna would go that far? I mean,
Yeah.
it makes sense, because the other thing is... Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, I think it does make sense. It's just still like, huh.
Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna point out, like, all 6 of the friends in the main friend group are honestly capable of terrible things, depending on if you go down their route or not.
Except maybe TJ.
No, TJ is as well. He doesn't commit the murder himself, but he does help cover up how Flynn died.
He does straight up aid and abet it, doesn't he?
Yeah, he aids Chase in hiding how Flynn dies, claiming that Flynn attacked them, when the truth is that Flynn was attacking Chase, but he got Flynn to stop, and then Chase just outright murders Flynn from there.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And the ending as well says a lot about this, because at the end of TJ's route, Chase goes and says something like, "It'll be just like last time."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Insinuating that they did the same thing when it came to Sydney.
Yep.
Meaning that, especially at least in TJ's own route, TJ knew the entire time that Chase killed Sydney.
Mm-hmm.
Which, when we wrap this up, we're gonna have definitely, like, another week where we just meet just to talk about Echo and, like, our theories about it. Because I'm very much under the belief that I don't think Chase killed Sydney across all routes, or if he does, it plays out and shakes up differently in each one. Because I can't fully comprehend TJ knowing that Chase killed Sydney in all the routes when he seems to not really piece it together in Flynn's route, you know? He's like, I saw 2 brown bodies, but he doesn't, like, ever think, like, oh yeah, no, those were Chase and Sydney. He's like, But no, it's the red socket thing that's the real problem. That's what killed Sydney, according to him in that route.
Red socket thing, watched that one happen.
Mm-hmm. But he didn't in TJ's own route, because he never brings up the red socket creature in his own route.
Yeah.
Which shows you that there is alternate realities for each one. Like, even the past isn't set in between all of the different routes.
Yeah.
That's true.
And when the Hysterias happen, isn't set.
Mm-hmm.
And like, for example, if you have Jenna's route where she literally floods the whole town, two sweet and attractive gay men don't decide to go ghost hunting.
Well, okay, so if we go with that thing, the thing is, honestly, arches can't take place after any of the routes of Echo, if we're being like 100% honest, because in Carl's route, in the bad ending, Carl's house burns down. Maybe I guess it could be that, but even then, actually no, it can't, because Duke dies in Carl's route. He's outside of his house. And then in Leo's route, once again, can't be that route because once again Duke is dead. TJ's route, the hysteria takes place in 2017 instead. Flynn's route, that one also doesn't work. But I'm trying to remember what was the reason for why Flynn's route doesn't work. I know there was a reason. But yeah, as for Jenna's route here, yeah, flood means it can't be that, and also Brian is most likely dead in Jenna's route.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Are you talking about which one that Arches
Yeah,
follows?
no, Arches literally cannot be a sequel to any of the routes. Like, I remember doing the math one time and realizing none of them could be it.
I think Jenna's route works.
Not
The
this
good
one.
ending maybe if Brian survived getting tossed out the window, potentially.
The reason why I say that is because doesn't Brian have a huge scar now?
That is true.
Which would correlate in him surviving getting yeeted through a window.
I could see that. It's just that they really did try and design it so that way, like, Arches just wouldn't be a proper sequel to any route. So that way we wouldn't say, like, this is the canon ending, you know? Because there isn't supposed to be a canon ending for Echo.
They really should be.
I
Then
mean,
you wouldn't be going in circles.
but
Well, guys, I think I'm gonna head off.
Well, I think we
most
should just
of
wrap
them
this up
are
here.
canon, quote unquote,
Alright.
only because of Flynn's route.
Alright, so everyone good to end it here?
Yep.
Yep.
Alright, say goodbye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.